All 10 Seahawks there in the screen. Stafford throws right, caught, and Golden Tate's on the run. Big first down for Detroit as Tate goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 22.
How about Golden Tate? He doesn't do much until the fourth quarter tonight. Man-to-man coverage, number 35. Deshaun Shedd in the ball game gets beat.
Timeout for an injured Seahawk, John, sorry.
Excuse me, Mike. Beautiful throw by Stafford, and Tate continues to get it done after the catch.
Just saw Michael Bennett out of the corner of my eye go down for Seattle as he was trying to get back and join the play. It was Golden Tate's third catch. They look at Bennett. Injury timeout. Michael Bennett down for about 45 seconds, walked off under his own power. Lions picked up their second first down of the half on that last play. The other was by penalty. From the 35, Stafford. Complete to Tate. Gain of 3. Lance Moore, Chancellor on the tackle.
Zach Zenner with a big pickup. Back-to-back blitzes by the Seahawks. And Zenner picks up the blitz off the edge. You see those two linebackers in the A-gap between a center and a guard. They're trying to fool Detroit. But credit to them, the last two times, Riddick and Zenner have done a nice job.
Good time. Undrafted rookie out of South Dakota State out there picking up the pressure. Stafford. First down, Calvin Johnson, the 45-yard line. So we meet with players before the games on Saturday and Sunday before our Monday nighters. We asked Golden Tate about Matthew Stafford because he played with Russell Wilson. And he said, I wish that the Matthew Stafford that we see in the fourth quarter, I could see for all four quarters because he loves to close the deal. He's got a great look in his eye. Makes those tight throws in a big spot. Well, here it is, and here's a chance for the Lions, who never win a big game on the road against a good team, to get one and steal one here in Seattle. Amir Abdullah. Pass Chancellor. Abdullah hard running. Gained 8 yards.
Look at that Lions sideline. He runs right through Cam Chancellor. Physically. Gets it done for 7 yards. I like Abdullah. He's paying for every yard he's made tonight. Great time for Matt Stafford to take a shot. Second down, a long 2.
Michael Bennett back in for the Hawks. 3 to go in regulation. Stafford fires, and it's brought in by Tim Wright. Tim Wright, first catch as a Lion. First down, Detroit at the 20.
You can feel it coming. This is a gunslinger. Matt Stafford right down the seam on second and short. Tim Wright gets a free release and makes Seattle pay.
Wright, who was with Tampa 2 years ago, caught 5 touchdowns with the champion Patriots, caught 6 touchdowns last year, was traded as he went back to the Bucs in the preseason, traded to the Lions at the end of training camp. Only tight end healthy right now. Zach Zenner the back, 2:15 to go. It is Zenner to the right. Zach Zenner grinds forward. And he gets to the 15-yard line as we get to the 2-minute warning. Lions on the move. Matthew Stafford has never won a game on the road against a team that finished the year with a winning record. If you think Seattle's going to be good, this could be a big one for the Lions. 2 minutes remaining. Stafford is in all 5 of his throws on this drive. Zach Zenner remains the back. Lions have an extra offensive lineman in. From the 14, Zenner left. Goes forward, gets to the 11-yard line. Pete Carroll out there might use a timeout, and Pete Carroll takes one here to preserve time on the other side of this for Russell Wilson.
Zach Zenner in the game in a critical situation, carrying the ball, picking up blitzes. And in a short yardage situation, Mike, let's go back. Ebron, their starting tight end, not available. He got hurt. Timothy Wright, 83, is not a blocking tight end. They've been using number 77, Cornelius Lucas, as a blocking tight end. He's not in the game now. I think it's time for Stafford to throw the football to Calvin Johnson or Golden Tate against man-to-man coverage, be looking for a hand signal.
You would throw down here on 3rd and a long yard.
I don't have a tight end that can block, Mike, and it's easy to get outnumbered. I would not be surprised if Stafford puts the game in his right arm.
They're going to have to take a timeout. The play clock started before they thought it was going to. Lions are going to have to use one on their own here now after Seattle's timeout. 1:51 left. Each team will be down to 2. John, Stafford wears, and as the quarterback, especially for a franchise that has long struggled at that position, Bobby Lane, Greg Landry, the only 2 really accomplished Pro Bowl quarterbacks until Stafford. Matthew Stafford wears a lot of the bullseye for what is wrong with the team, their struggles. They did get to the playoffs, as we mentioned last year. He's been the one under a lot of scrutiny. To come on the road to Seattle and pull one out with a game-winning drive would mean a lot for this team going forward this year.
Signature moment, opportunity for him. Wide side is to the right. Look for a sprint out to his right.
Third and a long yard, and they're going to throw. Stafford complete. Calvin Johnson to the end zone, fumbles it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a touchback if he didn't break the play. And it's ruled a touchback. Now a conversation.
Ruling on the field is a runner fumbled the ball prior to the goal line. It went out of the end zone. It is a touchback. Seattle's ball, first down.
And it's going to be that. Ball is hit and coming out beforehand as he's fighting for the extra yard. What a punch by Cam Chancellor to knock it out of the back of the end zone.
Unbelievable. The effort of Chancellor may have saved Seattle's season, Mike. And Calvin Johnson extending the ball for pay dirt cost him dearly.
And now that timeout that Detroit had to use there, John, to get the right people will perhaps cost them an opportunity to get the ball back with any time to do anything. So Calvin Johnson, your big guy, the guy who you pay the most, fighting for that extra yard, so close to the goal line. And Cam Chancellor, who had the 54-day holdout, comes up with the big play to punch it out. And as you said, very likely save the Seahawks there.
Ball security with a young halfback critical here.
This down run, Rawls, he is stopped, gain of 1. Lions take the timeout. We should be out of timeouts. Run the third down play with 1:35, which would leave the Lions approximately 45 seconds if they get the ball back and stop them. But what a play by Chancellor, John, who was the missing part here. They said that that room felt unwhole without one of their leaders back there. He had signed a contract, a 5-year deal, played the first couple, then held out, thinking he should get more. He makes a huge play there that, as you said, could save this game and more for Seattle.
Well, that's how they practice. They practice punching it, raking it, getting it out. Ball's out, break on it. Get there with passion and fury. And Calvin Johnson has to be sick.
That was on the catch where he passed Herman Moore for most receptions, tied Herman Moore, for most receptions by a Lions receiver all time. Rawls again runs, and Rawls close to the first down, doesn't get it. So the Lions will stop it with a final timeout at 1:34, so they're out of timeouts.
And this is a defending NFC champion, handing the ball repeatedly to Thomas Rawls, a rookie.
That's all they've got.
That's all they have. Their center was a defensive lineman in the Mid-America Conference last year. They are getting some great game action under heavy pressure situations. I don't know how Pete Carroll does it. Helps when you have a quarterback like Russell Wilson.
Again, you're going to try to manage the clock here, maximize your time. So you wouldn't even think about throwing the ball in this situation in all likelihood.
You got to be careful of Russell Wilson pulling the ball out and keeping it. He's known to do that in obvious run-down situations. Detroit's got to make sure they're very careful on both edges.
Seattle gets 2 yards and the game is over. Lions cannot stop it again. Derek Coleman's that back. Even more of an indication. It's likely a keeper for Wilson. 3rd and 2. He's rolling. He's going to throw it back across the field and end it with a throw to Curse, who's out of bounds at the 18.
What did Darrell Bevel tell Russell Wilson to do on the sideline? What a gutty call, and Russell Wilson, once again, drops back the pass, breaks contain, sets his feet, and throws a strike. Not by design.
Only mistake made by Curse is going out of bounds, but still they can take the victory formation here. On 3rd and 2, they gain 50 yards and close the deal. Such an odd league that the league is now about that, making a play like that to try to win the game instead of running for 2. And the Detroit Lions, who have found every possible way over the years to lose games, add another chapter to the book. Lions fans have this great tendency to see the bottom quarter of the glass that's half empty. And it's nights like this that add to their misery. And John, how many times have we seen Seattle in this stadium come away with a win like this? Not pretty, not statistically wonderful, but just enough to be winners again.
The bottom line of this whole organization, it's find a way to win. And when your quarterback and your key players make plays like I saw at the end of this game, they'll be hard to beat. Chancellor and Wilson at crunch time put Seattle a game out of first in the West.
And the Lions remain the only winless team in the league. You take it 100 times out of 100. If you were Detroit, Calvin Johnson trying to go in for a go-ahead touchdown to win the game, or at worst, 1st and goal, the 1 to kick a field goal. Instead, Richard Sherman's camp chancellor, Earl Wilson, the Legion of Boom. Earl Thomas, come up with a big play. Russell Wilson does just enough on 3rd down.